They say sometimes revenge can be sweet. Most especially to person who offended you terribly. But is it really sweet? Allow us to tell you a story about a man who had the opportunity to get even with someone who bullied him when he was a young boy. You will be surprised on how he reacted to that opportunity. Danny is a young boy at 12 years old from Bicol. He is a middle child. Danny goes to a public school and he's doing well in his studies. Danny has an eye towards his schoolmate Ligaya. Danny has big dreams of being successful. More importantly, he is determined to achieve his dreams.
Someday, I will be successful.
Ligaya is a young girl at 13 years old. She goes in the same school as Danny. Ligaya comes from a rich family and she is pretty, that is why she is the apple of the eye of many students. Ligaya likes Danny. Pedro is a good-looking young boy. He is 13 years old and has a better financial condition than most of his schoolmates. He likes Ligaya, but he gets frustrated because Ligaya appears not to like him. He does not like Danny.
Someday, you will be mine, Ligaya.
It is 5 a.m. on a Monday, and the sun is starting to shine upon the land. Danny wakes up and very excited about the day. As usual, he makes his bed, prepares the breakfast for his siblings, and go to school. However, today is a special day for Danny. He will be seeing the girl of his heart, Ligaya. Danny did not see Ligaya for a few days.
Oh dear me, I'm so excited. I'm going to see Ligaya again. She's so beautiful.
And when he arrives at school, Danny immediately looks for Ligaya. And when he finds Ligaya, he breathes deeply and said,
I will tell her I like her. Might not appreciate me. Lord, please give me strength.
Somehow, Danny knows Ligaya like him, but one part of him is having doubts. Danny is too scared to be turned down.
Hey Ligaya, how are you?
Hey, Danny, I am good. How are you too?
Terrible.
Terrible? Why?
I didn't see you for 2 days. I missed your company.
Really? Did you really miss me?
Yes, I did. Did you not miss me?
Just when Ligaya is about to answer Danny, Pedro suddenly interrupts.
Hey Ligaya. How are you? Why are you hanging with Farm Boy?
Good to see you too, Pedro.
Danny, don't talk when I speak with Ligaya.
That is so rude, Pedro.
Ligaya, it's alright to be rude with the farm boy, he is poor anyway.
Danny, let us leave. This place is starting to feel very uncomfortable.
And so, Danny and Ligaya leave Pedro. The day continues with Danny and Ligaya enjoying each other, while Pedro remains annoyed and frustrated.
Dinner's ready, everyone.
Great. Let us all have dinner all together.
Right.
Danny, dinner appears to be nice. However, I have one question.
What is it, Father?
How much rice did you prepare?
Just enough for everybody.
What if someone comes and asks for food? Are you prepared for that?
No, Father. I only prepared what is good for all of us.
Danny, my son, you know we live in a poor neighborhood. We need to be prepared in case someone asks for food.
Days turn to weeks, and months, and years. Pedro continues to be jealous of Danny and Ligaya. Pedro never stops picking up on Danny.
Hey farm boy, why don't you quit schooling and go farming? At the end of the day, you will be a farmer.
Danny ignores this bullying. Instead, he used this as an inspiration to finish his studies. As a result, he finished his studies with flying colors. Because of his performance at school, he landed a good and decent job. One afternoon, while walking towards home, Danny meets a poor young girl by the name of Liweiwei. Liweiwei looks so filthy. Liweiwei approaches Danny and said,
"Hey mister. Can you spare me some change? I have not eaten today."
Sure, here are a few changes.
"Thank you, mister."
Wait, why don't you come with me at the restaurant? Let us have dinner together.
"But I look dirty. I doubt if they will accept me at the restaurant."
Try, can't we?
Danny and Liweiwei chattered for quite some time. Later, Danny was surprised to find out something about Liweiwei.
Who is your father again?
"My father's name is Pedro. Pedro Santos.
What is the job of your father?
He accepts any job from time to time. But he has no permanent job. That is why we are poor."
Liweiwei's father turned out to be the same person who bullied him for a long time. It was the perfect time for Danny to get even. The situation presented is suited for sweet revenge. Instead, however, Danny chose to be kind-hearted. He decided to give love to the same person who offended him several years ago. He gave Liweiwei extra money. Surprisingly, Danny felt good. He did not expect to feel very good.
I do not understand. Why do I feel so good in helping Pedro's daughter?
Thereafter, he developed the habit of giving alms to poor. Each time he gives something to the poor, he feels accomplished and valuable. Few weeks later, he decided to organize regular donation drives for the poor people. Danny even goes to the provinces to organize donations for school supplies for the learners. Danny's noble activities have grown and grown. Few years later, Danny and Pedro meet by accident.
Hey Danny, how are you?
Hey Pedro, I'm doing good. How are you?
Liweiwei finished her college already. Thank you for helping us in financing her school.
I am glad Liweiwei is on her way to success.
May I ask, I bullied you for a very long time, and you had the opportunity to get back to me easily. That could have been your sweet revenge. Why didn't you?
In my life, I found that there is no such thing as sweet revenge. Love is by far sweeter than revenge.
Revenge is defined as the action of inflicting harm on someone for who inflicted harm on someone else. Most of us will agree that getting back to the same person can be very satisfying. But the truth is, revenge is triggered by pain. The more we entertain the revenge, the more we are reminded of our pain. Reality is, there is no such thing as sweet revenge, only revenge. The best way to fix pain is love. Display love and pain will disappear almost instantly. The best part of it, it will give you unexplainable joy.
Idiomatic expression of the story. An eye towards meaning to have someone or something in thought as a goal or purpose. Let us use the word in a sentence. Ligaya has an eye towards the championship medal, that's why she practices very hard.
Hi Fun E-Learners! This is Sarah of Fun E-Learning. It is an honor to meet the actual person in story, Mr. Danny. How are you, Danny?
Thank you for coming around, Ms. Sarah. I'm doing well and great and happy serving the public. Thank you for asking that, Sarah. First and foremost, it is part of my duty as a public official, part of my social mobilization duty, engaging with partners and helping with the needy and the invited learners, especially the families. And secondly, I have the passion of so helping because it is really my inherent passion of helping people, advocating people, especially those who are entitled and who are in dire needs of our help. Okay, the challenges I have encountered in helping people include, among others, first and foremost, scarcity of resources. So there's always the scarcity of resources, always a challenge to us. But despite of that, we always find ways in order to meet out such a challenge about scarcity. Secondly, the mobilization of people as to how we can transport the goods. And thirdly, the different protocols, especially in the borders, which imposes, the respective province impose strict and stringent protocols in transporting the goods for our learners. And sometimes, perhaps I could include the time I will be spending, because most of the time I will not be in the office, so it would amount to backlog of course. And if I return, of course, it would be a great task for me to pick up for the time I lost because of advocacy. And of course, that includes my family, because I will be staying for a family for a week or so. So those are challenges which I encounter in helping people. Okay, my message to the public relative to the advocacy I have initiated and I have been doing for a long time is that I am appealing to the public that perhaps you can also consider the same advocacy that I have in my heart and mind for a long time, so that somehow we can replicate the goodness that we would share, because it's really burdensome for one to do the task, and I have limitations. So if many people would also be joining me in my advocacy, it would amount to helping and expand of the advocacy to many people. And mind you, the Bible says that we should not be weary in helping good, because in due time, God would be paying out the goodness that we share to our fellow.
There you are. Thank you, Mr. Danny, for allowing us to do a short movie about your advocacy and for taking time for this interview. Mabuhay po kayo.